Very briefly, we are now in brain lesson number 3. In this one, brain lesson number 3, we've got anchors and triggers. This is your anchor. The black is your anchor. Anchor is what holds you down, what grounds you in life. And this red line is known as a trigger. Trigger are those negative emotions that hold you down. Triggers are other people who are telling you can't do things in life, okay? But we always need anchors. What is an anchor in our life? An anchor is something that grounds you, something that you can hold on to during difficult times. It can be anything, right? For example, if you feel that you're not having a good day, you're having difficulty today, go for a walk. If you find walking helps you, that is your anchor, okay? That I'm just talking about something that balances you out, okay? If anything is there's turmoil in your life. When I was well, okay, in today's time I can't do that because of my problems. When I was well, before I used to go to work, 1 hour at the gym. In those days there was a health and record club. 1 hour at the gym because I used to love bodybuilding, and 1 hour swimming. I used to love swimming, and swimming is part of the sunnah. I mean, other things of the sunnah. Horse riding is fascinating. Recently I've been fascinated with Arabian horses. Wow! Arabian horses are such magnificent animals. One of these horses, I can't even remember. You know, I thought horses like 20, 30, 100,000. Okay, some of the horses go for millions. I think the most expensive horse is like 30 or 40 million pounds. Imagine Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba, imagine them riding these magnificent horses or these magnificent camels. Okay, so you need an anchor in your life. So life is about trials and difficulties and hardships. Whether it's a hardship in your business, whether it is during your university studies, whether it's you as a boss in your business, or you as an employee, a staff member, or whether you are self-employed, or whether you are unemployed, all of these are difficult. Whether you're not married, that is a challenge for some people. Some people are married and are going through difficulties. That is another challenge. So everybody has got some challenges. Health is a challenge. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, we will test you. We'll test you in your health, your illness. We'll test you, and some people are going to die in sudden car accidents. Or now we're seeing this warfare happening all over the world. You know, people are just dying. People are being killed. So death is part of life. Okay, and calamities are happening, but we always make dua that Allah must avert these calamities for us, and that's why duas are so powerful. So when these calamities come, whether it's a health, you know, you sometimes we think we're going to be fit for life. Like as I said, I used to enjoy exercise, gym. I used to enjoy sports. I used to enjoy tennis, squash, running, soccer. A fitness fanatic, and I used to enjoy walking. I used to have a treadmill. Running on a treadmill, I built a specially designed desk around my treadmill, so I used to have my books because I still love reading. Right. So I used to open my book, and while I'm on the treadmill, I used to read my books. So while I'm walking for an hour, I'm basically reading. So I'm exercising my brain while I'm exercising my body, because I like to be efficient. I like to be efficient all the time. Okay, so find those anchors in your life. You know what are those anchors. For me personally, please, I don't want to get into debates whether music is allowed or not. I'm just trying to talk to myself as a human being. I don't go to clubs. I don't go, astaghfirullah, right? All of those things. I listen to music. Astaghfirullah, may Allah forgive me. I listen to music. I listen to inspirational music. I find it absolutely fascinating. Right? I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. You know, as a Muslim, don't listen to me. I'm not part of the ulama. If you want directions, let me clarify two things very quickly while I've got your attention. Is that even though I'm a medical doctor, if I give any medical advice, you can listen to that advice. If it makes sense to you, you can apply it to your life. But please don't take my advice as gospel, because I haven't examined you. You are not my patient. Okay, you are not my patient. The only time I can give proper advice to someone is if you come into my consulting rooms. I examine you, I check your blood pressure, I take your blood test, I check into your eyes, if you got anemia, I check your mouth, I check your throat, I listen to your heart, I feel for your lumps in your body, and then I can tell you, okay, now I know you as a patient, I've listened to your history, okay, then I know you as a human being, then I can give you proper advice on that. But from a clinic point of view, I don't practice anymore because clinically I cannot. But if you come into my boardroom, or if you come into me just as a general friend, or if I'm just talking to you, take the advice and see if it applies to your life. But always listen to the professional. Go back to your own doctor and get that advice. Secondly, even though I'm talking about Islam, listen to what I'm saying here at the back to basics. I'm talking about basics about Islam. I'm not here about debating what is right or what is this madhab or that madhab. I don't even know the various things. I'm not talking about the fiqh laws. I'm not talking about nothing. Go to the ulama. The ulama are the people of knowledge. Go to the people. The Quran says if you don't know, go to the people of knowledge. I mean, that verse is so powerful. Ask those who know. It doesn't just mean just ask the ulama. It means that verse, there's a verse in the Quran you apply it narrowly and you can apply it broadly. If you write the knowledge of Allah, I mean, this verse that says, if all the trees on the earth were pens and the ocean were ink, never will be exhausted the words of your Lord, even if you add another ocean to it. It's mind-boggling, So I did a quick research. The amount of water in the ocean is, I think, 10 to the power 22 liters. So it's trillions upon quadrillions upon, I don't know what that word is. Not a Google. Google is 10 to the 100. But this is not a Google, G-O-O-G-O-L. Google is 10 to the 100. But this is like 10 to the 22. So that's how many liters of water there. And how many trees are there on Earth? There's 100 trees for every human being. So there are 800 billion trees. So we take 800 billion pens, 800 billion pens, and you're writing from the water of the ocean. Even if you add another 7 oceans. So the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is vast. So let's get back to our point quickly. Anchor. So all of us have an anchor. Find your anchor. If you have business problems, life problems, domestic problems, if your children got problems, if walking is good for you, take a walk. Change the environment. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, change the environment. Right? What is a trigger? The stress is a trigger. Okay? If someone gives you a negative comment, you went outside, someone criticized you, and you feel terrible that day. You feel really terrible. Don't take it out on your family. Don't take it. Come home, take a shower, go for a walk. Or if you listen to music, listen to some inspirational music, listen to audio, watch a nice YouTube. I love watching documentaries. Right? I love wildlife. Right? I never got a chance to walk in wildlife like on the safari parks here in Africa. I love the Okavango Delta. I love the Masai Mara, the plains of the Serengeti in Kenya. These animals running from Kenya to Tanzania. Millions of wildebeest. And they're running. I like to call them the fast food. Like you have fast food restaurants. So these animals are running and the lions are chasing them. And the elephants are there and the zebras are there and then they're crossing the rivers and the crocodiles are there. It's amazing. What I like very fascinating about this is, and I'll come back to this topic, I just got 2 minutes left. I like very fascinating about this is when the Okavango Delta, right? Imagine the rain falls in Angola, 1,000 kilometers away. This rain comes down. And there's drought in the Okavango Delta, and there's no life. And then when the water comes, it comes to life. You have billions of fish and birds and bees, and it's amazing. That's what the Quran say. Verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth, alternation, night of the day, sailing the ship, moving, gathering of the clouds. Rain that falls from the sky to revive an earth that is dead. Look at that, to revive. So you see the Okavango Delta, if you look at nature, you are seeing resurrection, you are seeing life and death, life and death, life. You are reminded about the hereafter all the time. All right, so find your anchor, because life is full of triggers. People are going to irritate you. You yourself are going to irritate because you're trying to lose weight. You're trying to get annoyed with yourself. So you yourself can be your biggest enemy. Once again, don't allow, this brain belongs to you. It is a sacred chamber. Don't allow people to put negative thoughts into your brain. Don't allow people to put contamination. Don't read the media and think, oh, the media is gospel. Question everything. Rather read academic books or go to a professional, get professional advice instead of saying, I read on social media or Instagram that the world is coming to an end and now I'm worried. For heaven's sake, get educated information, right? Don't go to pseudoscience, right? You go to internet, there's stupid things on it, like they say the world is flat. And there's millions of followers to say, no, the earth is flat. I don't want to even talk about that. Right? Okay. Right. So, in summary, find the anchors in your life. Whatever makes you, that must keep you grounded. If you like meditation, zikr is powerful. Open masala, pray 2 rakats. Open the Quran. So read Surah Yasin. Open your hands, pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So find your anchors, because that storm in life is going to come, whether you like it or not. That storm is going to come. This red line is the storm in your life. Maybe your business is going to collapse, or someone is to betray you, or someone is to deceive you, or someone is to talk bad about you, someone is to criticize you. So that storm in your life is going to come. You must have this anchor. You must have this anchor. Do you see? That's why I put the anchor as a thick one. The storm is actually thin, but we make it as if the storm is our whole life. But if you have that anchor, and our dua, our salah, that is our anchor. Islam, our deen, is our anchor. keep grounded. Keep grounded. When that storm comes, you say, okay, let it pass. Be stoic. Let it pass. Okay, keep well. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.